Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video on the crypto markets, specifically Bitcoin. But we'll talk a little bit about the market as well. I mean, the situation for altcoins is still quite similar. Today, we actually did see some outperformance of some coins, especially around BNB, the Binance ecosystem. So that's interesting, but most altcoins are still very correlated, and Bitcoin dominance is still very high, right? So, especially given that it's a Sunday, which is usually also very volatile, I would not say it's the best day to trade, but there obviously will be opportunities. That's the amazing thing about the crypto market. There's opportunities almost every day. But talking about Bitcoin, earlier today we actually did see a little bit of a recovery, as you can see, but my thoughts have not changed. All right, now the situation for Bitcoin right now is that we are kind of in the middle of the range, right? Because the range, basically since the 21st of November, has mostly been around 101,500. And then the main support level has been 92,500. And that was a beautiful straight line. But that's where the price has deviated between most often. And then obviously during the inauguration, we actually had some bullish momentum. We had some expectations for a strategic Bitcoin reserve, but we failed to hold that with all the unrest of last week. Last week, especially Sunday into Monday, was extremely bearish. Now, first of all, I don't expect that again. I mean, Friday we did close the week with some more tariff threats by the US, but I think that's priced in for now. All right, I think it's expected that the US will come with more tariffs on China. I think it's expected that that the US will come with tariffs on the EU, and I think it's expected that the EU will retaliate on those. So I think that's fairly priced in, and given, I'm not completely sure because the stock market is actually still trading quite high, as you can see. But I personally, I would say that's most likely, and I do think the market agrees. So therefore, like, yeah, sure, stock markets might actually close or might actually open lower. But I don't think they'll open much lower. I mean, basically over the weekend, nothing happened, right? So fundamentally, we should not necessarily expect that. But then being in the middle of the range right here, the big question is as well, all right, is it most likely that we're going down to the bottom of the range? Or is it most likely that we're going down to the top of the range again? And for now, my thoughts are still, which I've said basically since last week Wednesday when we broke down below the POC at 98,600, is down. And that's for multiple reasons. I mean, first of all, fundamentally, I still think the uncertainty is present, which is not great. And then outside of that, I mean, like we've tried to get to the upsides on Friday after the news, right here with the spike, but the rejection just was pretty hard. There's no real volume, no real momentum really brewing up right now that's pushing the price up. Especially volume, I think, is actually pretty low. I mean, the volume right now is $21 billion. I'm not sure when the last time was. We actually, so the 26th of January, it was also that low. Which, by the way, means that we will be volatile, so be careful for bull and bear traps. But that is also a sign that there's probably not enough momentum, at least not if nothing changes, to actually get up to the top of the range and break out. I think it's more likely that we'll drop down to the area where we have most liquidity, which is definitely around 93 and 92,000. So technically, that's still what I expect. Now a bit of preparation for next week. Next week we have a ton of news coming out. All right, and probably also unexpected news. But on the most important ones are Tuesday. We have Jerome Powell giving a testimony. That's 4 o'clock UTC +1. So let's call it. It's called 3 p.m. UTC, and you can do the math. And then on Wednesday, same time as always, we have CPI and inflation rate data, which I will most likely live stream. So I'll hope to see you there. But I'm not 100% sure. I'll keep you updated on that. But that's it for now. All right, that's what I think you need to know. That's what I think you need to be prepared for. Like I said, short term, be aware of that volatility due to low volume and low liquidity. And then in general, be aware of us dropping back down into the range, which will hopefully, the bottom of the range, which will hopefully provide new opportunities. I'll keep you updated. For now, that's it. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye.